Ako po si Win Gatchalian at welcome sa For the Win, ang panalong-panalong podcast para sa mga lumalaban, bumabangon at syempre sa mga nagwawagi. Kung may code blue sa ospital, dito sa episode natin today, may code WIN. Today's episode is about passion, service, and flying above life's challenges. Kaya Gina, let's dissect her story. Walang injection, promise. Just pure inspiration at tips kung paano magtatagumpay sa buhay. Mga ka-win-win, please welcome the first Filipina to win the Aster Guardians Global Nursing Award, Colonel Maria Victoria Mimi Juan. Good afternoon, Mimi, and thank you for coming over here to Valenzuela. It's our pleasure to have you on our podcast, For the Win podcast.
Yes, it's an honor, sir, for you to invite me here.
Thank you, thank you. And to start off, can you tell us something about the Aster Guardians Global Nursing Award?
Yes, the Aster Guardians Global Nursing Award is in its fourth year now. It's the biggest award ever for any healthcare provider. It was given not here in the Philippines, but abroad. Actually, the owner of the conglomerate, the Aster Guardian BM Healthcare, is well known for many regions, yung Middle East, North African regions, pero sa atin po hindi. Kaya hindi ko pa siya dati alam. But then on this third year, I tried to answer the interviews, yung mga questionnaires. Just lang siya, akala ko okay lang, naglagay lang ako. Then all we know pala is the biggest award ever. This is the Miss Universe
of nursing.
Of nursing.
Pero mas mahirap kasi 78,000 eh.
Yes.
So, Mimi, I understand that this is a global award and it's geared towards honoring nurses globally. But what are they looking for? Are they looking for skills? Are they looking for character? Anong hinahanap nila?
Actually, they're only looking for two things, character and achievements.
And achievements.
Kasi character, you could always say, I'm very good or what. But if they're looking for what work have you done? What is the justification or testimony that you're really good in character? So, yun po yung hinanap nila. Out of the 78,000 nurses.
Wow. And I read in your profile that you've been a nurse for 34 years.
Yes,
no?
almost
Tagal na. What is the most rewarding aspect of being a nurse? And you're not an ordinary nurse. You work for the military, no? So this is parang mas specialized field pa nga, no? So what's the most rewarding part of being a nurse, and how is it different, no? A military nurse and a civilian nurse, anong kaibahan nila?
Actually, basta nurse ka, even if you're not a military, the most rewarding part is the trust. When you tell the patient, expose yourself to me, they will do so, right? Ganun sila ka-trustworthy.
Yung tiwala, no? Yeah, definitely.
They would do that to any regular person, not even to a priest, not even to anyone,
correct.
but to a nurse or a doctor only. And not only that, they will trust you not only with their own body, with their body of their loved ones. So, parang nakakaano naman na sobrang taas ng trust nila sa amin. Why don't we give it back? So, ito yung mga rewarding. As to the difference naman between a military nurse and a civilian, napakalaki. Kasi as a military nurse, we are already a leader. May ranggo na kami. So, kahit baguhan kami doon, tapos may mga matatandang civilian nurse, they will look up to us. They will, we give them orders kasi sila na yung under us. And another thing is we are on 24/7.
Ayan, I think that's probably something different, no?
Exactly. Unlike pag sa civilian, andito lang oras mo, 8 hours, 40 hours a week. But us, wala.
But in terms of training, I'm expecting iba rin siya because ang military nurse merong aspeto of war and defense.
Exactly,
diba?
sir,
So the mindset, I think the readiness, the principle, iba ito sa civilian nurse.
Yes.
No?
Kasi we are two-pronged eh. We are trained as a nurse, nurse in a military setting, and we are trained as officers. Kaya yung dalawang aspect yung training namin eh. How to be a warfighter and how to give medical care during war. So we have to integrate that. Kaya napakahirap din kasi imagine, hindi kami minsan sa regular hospital
Yes,
How to give IV habang nandyan yung mga bala.
Yun na nga ang gusto kong sabihin kasi you're trained to give medical attention in very difficult environments. Like for example, gera.
Yes,
Pupunta ka, hindi ka naman pwedeng humindi pag pinadala ka doon to help our soldiers.
Yes,
no? So, I think you're trained differently compared to a
we are
civilian
trained like that. We are trained to, dapat talaga mental rigidity, physical, competence, lahat. Kailangan matibay talaga kami.
Ikaw ba, napadala ka na ba in a war zone?
Yes po, marami halos lahat kami.
So meron ka na experience talagang nagkakaputukan and you were there?
Yes. Minsan naman kasi malapit kami sa war zone. Kasi usually if you are a health service officer, we are not combatants But sometimes, hindi maiwasan, kukuha ka ng pasyente, meron pala nagigera. So, mga ganun lang naman. Pero normally naman, they keep us safe. The Army, the Navy, the Air Force, they put us where it's relatively safe. Pero again, you cannot dictate the environment.
Pag nasa ganyan na environment, unpredictable yan. Anything you have to be ready for anything.
That's why we are taught to shoot, move, and communicate.
Yan ang kaibahan. No, I want to explain. Correct. I want to explain to our viewers na may kaibahan rin in a sense na ang military nurse is trained to become very conscious about defense, about the warfare in the light of giving medical attention. Ano ba yung last or meron ka bang last assignment wherein pinadala ka in a dangerous area?
Yes, during Marawi Siege.
Yan. Yes, alam natin lahat yan.
During the Marawi Siege, I was tasked to be one of the senior health service officer to look at what is happening on the ground. And as far as health service is concerned, so ano ba ang aming masasabi, ano mga gaps sa capability. So yun po yung ginawa namin. So gumawa ako ng report. So during talaga ng Marawi War,
the height of the siege.
Talagang naka-full bulletproof kami, helmet, tapos nandyan yung mga bala. So nakita namin yung kung ano nangyari talaga sa aming mga nurses and doctors na nasa frontline. At least kami saglit lang. Pero somehow nakuha namin yung what should be done better. So yun po.
Meron ba tayong mga nurses and doctors na nasa frontline talaga?
Yes po, sir. These are the surgeons, these are the trauma nurse, the ICU. Lahat po sila nagstay talaga sa frontline in danger. Malapit lang, talagang ganyan lang, dingding lang ang pagitan. Kaya ano talaga, minsan kasi hindi na-highlight yun. So,
yun ang gusto ko ma-explain maintindihan ng mga nanonood sa atin na pagdating sa gera at pinadala ka doon as medical officer, first you cannot say no. Kahit na may live fire, nandun ka pa rin.
Kaya nga. And our indoctrination kasi po, kaya medyo mas napakahirap na sa amin. We are trained to heal, not to kill. Hindi kami combatante. But then, we have to, to be really courageous about it. Kasi pag nandun ka na, wala ka na magawa.
Ako actually, I had a chance to deliver aid to Marawi. At that time, si General Galvez pa is the officer on the ground. Taga dito lang yan, Bulacan. Sa Ildefonso, if I'm not mistaken. So, nagkakaano pa yun, medyo mayroong gulo pa. Although nagsasubside na, pero may gulo pa. So, but I can just imagine kung talaga yung full-blown siege, no? Mas magulo yun.
Grabe po, sir, talaga. Kaya napakahirap. Even yung mga patients dumarating, kawawa naman yung devastating yung kanilang mga fatal wounds.
Do you also treat the other side? Or you only treat the government side?
Kasi that is part of our oath, di ba?
So walang pinipili kahit na yung in that time yung ISIS combatants.
Basta nasa harap na namin. We treat them as anyone.
Yung din ang maganda maintindihan ng ating mga kababayan na as a medical practitioner, wala kayong pinipili, buhay is buhay.
Ang pagkakaiba lang, may security sila. Siyempre.
Habang tinitreat nyo.
May security sila kasi di natin alam. But same medicine, same treatment.
Kasi mga ISIS extremist to So, but I salute our armed forces for really making sure that event will not spread throughout our country. Yun ang kinakatakutan natin. Baka kumalat, no?
Exactly.
And marami tayong mga military personnel, including medical field, nag-sacrifice ang buhay na to prevent that from expanding.
We could really attest to that kasi kami nakakakita yung hirap ng sundalo, lalo ng Marawi War. But natatakot din sila pero kailangan.
Yeah. Tsaka mahirap urban warfare yun. May civilian
the
ka.
first na
Diba?
ganun, kakaiba.
Yeah, may civilian ka, tapos nasa city ka.
Tapos sobrang lapit ng kalaban.
Sobrang
Dati
lapit,
kasi
close battle
yes,
event. So, napakahirap yung inabot nila. That's why saludo talaga ako sa kanila na ano nila, napigilan nila sa pag-expand. Being a medical practitioner, mayroon bang advantage or disadvantage na isang babae ang medical practitioner na pumupunta sa mga ganong
Actually,
battlefield?
may advantage. Ang disadvantage is hindi ka kasing lakas ng mga lalaki. But we may more than made up to that with yung psychological dating sa mga sundalo. Pag nakita kasi ng babae, wow, kung babae nga nandito, kaya niya, ako pa kaya. Lalong nagpapatapang sa kanila pag may babae na component na pumupunta doon. So parang kung kami nga, we go out of our way, babae kami. Lalo pa kayo. Kaya ganoon ang dating sa kanila pag pumupunta kami doon kahit pakit-kit lang. Pero actually, pag nakita lang talaga may babae, wow, grabe. Lalo silang ginaganahan,
lalong nagpapakitang gilas. Nagpapakitang gilas sila kasi kung babae nakapunta sa battlefield, dapat mas matapang sila. So, it's more psychological.
Oo.
Can you tell us, Mimi, about your how did you enter into the nursing field, and meron ba nag-encourage sa'yo, and was it your childhood dream? Can you narrate to us?
Actually, my tita is a military nurse who was killed during hindi siya in battle, na baril siya. But actually, that's not one of my inspiration. Ang inspiration ka lang kung bakit ako naging nurse, ayoko magsulat, ayoko mag-math. I thought ganun.
Ako mahilig ako sa math.
Only while, I never thought na puros pala sulat at puros pala math.
Yes. And memorization.
And memorization.
Doon ako mahina, memorization.
Hindi na ako makaalis kasi nandun na sayang. Noon all the while pala, doon ko lang na-realize yung ayaw ko, nagustuhan ko, although after 10 years, maganda naman pala talaga siya. And very, very rewarding. Kaya, na-in love na lang ako. So, ganun pala doon sa mga kabataan na hindi pa nila alam kung anong gusto nila. Just go with the flow and mamahalin nyo lang kung anong nasa harap nyo.
Pag nandyan na.
Pag nandyan
Why did you go into the military field? Bakit hindi, let's say, sa hospital or public health?
I was supposed to be in the Philippine Heart Center. Pero nakita kong 12 hours, bahay, hospital. Parang adventurosa kasi ako noon. So, parang gusto ko mag-military nurse. It just so happened my dad is also in the military.
You're a military family.
Pero I was not really exposed kasi we live outside camp. Kaya sabi ko, total may kilala mo yung father ko, sige, pasok na lang kami. Tapos doon ko lang nakita maganda pala talaga.
Ano naman ang pinakamahirap na sacrifice na ginawa mo in your career?
Ang pinakamahirap talaga.
Pinakamahirap na na-experience mo.
Pinakamahirap is when you have to leave I have to leave my 9-month-old daughter when I was assigned in Zamboanga. 9 months yun na hindi ako naka-attend ng birthday niya. First ever birthday.
Wow.
First ko yun. Tapos pag uuwi ka.
Straight yun, 9 months?
9 months siya nung iniwanan
9 months siya?
4 months ko siyang hindi nakita. Na hindi kami sanay.
Mahirap nga yun kasi bagong silang lang yun eh.
Pagbalik ko, ayun na akong katabi, hindi niya ako kilala, pinapaalis niya ako.
Oo, naninibago siya.
Naninibago siya. So, all this time, mga 2 years na ganun. So, yun isa sa pinakamahirap. But again, na-resolve ko naman. Kasi yung communication, mga ganun. And also mindset. Mindset na kung iiyak ako, mahahawa pa sila. Tuwing kausap ko, iiyak din ako. So, why not be jolly na lang para at least given time naman, babawi na lang.
Ano naman yung mga core values na dala-dala mo sa mga assignments mo? Especially being a military nurse. No? I keep on emphasizing a military nurse kasi iba siya eh. Iba talaga yung kanyang values, training. So what are the core values?
Actually, 3 lang naman ang pinakaano ko talaga eh. Competence, courage, and integrity. Competence, whatever your job is, it just simply means 100% you could do the job well. Not 120, not 80%, 100%. And being perfect in what your job is, what is your expectation, is already competence by itself. So kung nurse ka, dapat marunong ka mag-assess, marunong ka mag-treat, marunong ka So ganun lang kung an expectation sa'yo. Now for the courage, of course, dahil competent ka, alam mo kung anong right way. So, you must have the courage to pursue that. Minsan kasi may magdi-deviate, kailangan courageous ka na hindi dito tayo sa tamang daan. And integrity, of course, so yung core values mo, putting it all, na ayusin mo ng tama yung mga trabaho. Basically,
yung competence is actually something that is dapat mga bata natututunan nila yan. No?
Yes,
kasi minsan, napansin ko, basta, alam mo yung ugali na okay na yan, pwede na yan. Kahit na half-baked, kahit na hindi pa tapos yung trabaho, o kahit na yung trabaho ay hindi kompleto, hinahayaan na.
Yes. So, actually kasi, being professional is, kasi binabayaran ka sa professional, o kung ano man ang job na binigay sa'yo, you have to do it with competence. Ngayon kung nasa bahay ka, gusto mo mag-relax, okay na yung bahala na, kasi minsan gusto mo rin mag-relax Pero once you are on your job, ibang different scenario na yun.
I think courage is really something unique to your field.
Yes,
Kasi, like you said kanina, nakwento mo, pinapadala ka sa Marawi, pinapadala ka sa Zamboanga during the sieges. So, kailangan mo talaga ng courage. Kasi hindi ka pwedeng matakot dahil they need you.
Yes, opo. Actually, hindi lang po limited siya sa physical courage, even the moral courage. Kasi kami babae kami, no? In a mostly male population. So, kailangan we must think like a man to integrate with kasi mga combat officers yan. Kailangan maintindihan namin sila. Pangalawa, yung mga health service officers kami against mga combat officers. So, really talaga kailangan ipursu namin yung pwede namin ipursu para to elevate health services in the AFP. So,
I go back again, being a military nurse, mental resilience is very important.
Yes.
So how do you stay strong? How do you approach stress? Kasi when I say stress, these are maybe physical stress like warfare, mga ganyan. So how do you approach that? How do you stay mentally resilient?
Una talaga sa akin, ito binabahagi namin sa mga sundalo din namin. Una, you must be grateful, appreciative of what you have. Kasi kung lagi ka lang nagsasabi na, bakit wala ako? Bakit ganito ginawa sa akin ng military? Wala na akong time sa family ko. Puros negative. Why don't you think of the other side of the coin?
Positive.
Stay positive. Ito, dahil sa military na pag-aral ko yung mga anak ko. Dahil sa military, maganda yung edukasyon ng mga anak ko. Maganda yung magiging future ko. Magkakaroon ako ng pension. Parang laging ganon. Dapat maging grateful ka muna. Then, para talaga yung mental resiliency mo, pag medyo gusto mong ma-down, alalahanin mo, ito yung mga blessings ko This was brought to me by the military.
Actually,
so, ganun,
maganda yung sinabi mo na maging positive kasi in the age of social media.
Yes,
actually, if you look at yung mga comments, marami negative.
Yes, oo.
Marami negative, marami fault-finding, naghahanap ng mali. Instead of staying positive na ginagawa ng gobyerno o ginagawa ng mga civil servants natin, marami dun puro negative.
Oo nga Kaya ganun. Kailangan talaga turuan sila. It's a mindset. It doesn't mean na hindi ka rin exposed sa mga, alamin yung ano ba talaga mga negative, but only to make it better. Not to put your emotions onto it.
What's the most rewarding part of being a nurse?
Most rewarding part if when you see changes, positive changes. Positive changes sa outcome ng patient, positive changes sa mga ginawa mong inayos mo sa area. Pag nakita mo yung positive, even ikaw lang ang nakaka-recognize na positive, yung iba kasi hindi pa nila nakikita. Minsan, mas napaka-visionary mo, nakikita mo in the long run, kasi minsan may pinapagawa kang discipline na napaka-stricto mo, hindi nila maintindihan. Pero if you pursue it, maging consistent ka lang, at the end of the rainbow, tama pala. So, ganun. So, yung mga rewarding, basta if there are changes that happens, however small or big.
So, you find rewards in small positive changes.
Yes.
Kailangan talaga ganun
Ganun po.
You cannot just wait for the big rewards and maging happy ka in small gains.
Exactly. As long
you have to treat it as a reward.
As long as you're moving.
Marami pa tayong pag-uusapan, kaya dyan lang kayo. We'll be right back. Importante na pag-usapan natin ang mental health dahil marami pa rin tayong mga kababayan na hindi naintindihan itong kondisyon na ito. dapat mapag-usapan natin ito para maintindihan nila kung ano yung pwedeng gawin, sino yung pwedeng puntahan, ano yung pwedeng lunas dito sa mga nararamdaman nila. Ang pinaka-common na mental health condition ay yung depression o yung talagang sobrang lungkot ng tao. Akala natin pagod na pagod lang, kaya pinapatulog lang natin. Pero mas malalim pa pala yung dahilan. Kaya ipinasa namin yung batas on Basic Education Mental Health Program para mabigyan natin ng kaalaman ng ating mga teachers, principals. Binibigyan rin natin ng training o kaalaman ng ating mga magulang tungkol sa mental health. Base sa aming pag-aaral at sa mga kwentong narinig namin sa aming pagdinig o hearing sa Senado, marami tayong mga kabataan na nakakaranas ng ganitong mental health condition. Kaya huwag silang matatakot. Huwag silang mahiya na kausapin ng kanilang mga magulang, kanilang mga teachers, lalo na mga ating guidance counselors dahil alam nila kung anong gagawin. At kami rin, gumagawa pa kami ng maraming programa para makatulong sa ating mga kabataan. Bilang inyong kuya sa Senado, asahan ninyo na naririnig ko ang inyong boses at gumagawa pa kami ng marami pang programa para matulungan ng ating mga kabataan at siguraduhin laging malusog ang pangangatawan at pag-iisip ng ating mga estudyante at mag-aaral. Welcome back! Ito pa rin ang For the Win podcast at kasama pa rin natin si Nurse Mimi. What do you advise to, kanina pag-usapan natin yung mga batang nag-iisip na maging nurse. What do you advise them?
Kung di mo pa alam kung anong gusto nyo, mag-nurse ka na lang. Kasi,
mahirap ang nurse.
Kung hindi mo pa alam, kasi once a nurse, always a nurse. Kasi kahit hindi mo ipursu ang nurse, kunyari mag-iba ka later on. Gusto mo pala, ayaw mo pala ng nurse, gusto mo pala maging HRM, gusto mo pala magang mass media, or whatever. Then, at least, nurse ka now. You can take care of yourself. You can take care of your family. You can take care of the community. So, pwede kang later on, mag-shift. Pero still, dahil alam mo na yung theories, naturuan ka na, magiging nurse ka na talaga. Tapos yung mindset mo, nurturing. So, kaya maganda talaga. Kung hindi pa alam ng mga kabataan kung sila, mag-nurse muna kayo. A stepping stone to be, kung ano man ang gusto nyo later on.
You're the first Filipina who won the Astor Guardian Global Nursing Award.
Yes.
You bested 78,000 applicants. Anong feeling na manalo ng ganitong award? Especially the first and the third awardee, no, in the world.
Yes. Actually, nung first kong narinig na top 10 pa lang ako, napaiyak na ako kasi hindi ako makapaniwala. Out of 78,000, we are the top 10. Nung in-announce yung yung name ko, naging surreal talaga Parang hindi pa din ako makapaniwala. Parang ang gagaling kasi ng mga kasama ko from other parts of the world. And two of them are Filipinos also, pero representing US. And the other one is representing Dubai. Pero ang gagaling talaga nila. So nung tinawag nga siya, parang, this is a win not for me. It's a win for the Filipino nurses. It's a win for the military nurses.
Yeah. Nung tinawag yung pangalan mo in that award, ano yung naramdaman mo at that time nung tinawag yun?
Kasi hindi pa rin talaga. Siguro it took me a week to digest it all. Kasi parang after that, tinawag na, meron ng mga mass media presentations or whatever. Then, hindi pa rin nag-sink in. Pero nung after a while, totoo pala. Kasi marami na akong mga conferences and whatnot. Tapos ilang beses na rin ako pinapabalik-balik sa Dubai o sa India for the event. So, ayun, hanggang sa nag-sink in.
Ano ang tingin mong naging advantage mo over the 78,000? What do you think was your winning aspect?
I think ang winning aspect ko is the uniqueness of my job.
Yun na nga, babalik tayo. Kaya nga paulit-ulit ako bumabalik doon kasi it's very unique It's very unique talaga.
Actually, even nung kwento lang naman nung mga nag-i-interview sa akin, nung sila, nung tinatanong nila ako, wow, military nurse is the first time. Marami pala hindi nakakaalam na just such a thing as a military nurse. Akala nila siguro civilian, na nasa military. Pero actually, we are also in the uniform para pag nakita mo kami, para rin kaming regular warfighters. Pero actually, we are healers, not warfighters.
Well, that's inspiration to all of our military nurses. Sila yung mga masasanay natin, unsung heroes ng armed forces because like you said, they keep our soldiers safe. They keep our soldiers healthy.
Yes.
Diba? And then during conflict and wartime, meron na mag-aalaga sa kanila.
Yes,
Even nga yung mga other side, inaalagaan nyo.
Yes.
Yeah, kaya very unique talaga yung trabaho ninyo. I doubt it kung may mga nurses na nagagamot, may balang lumilipad sa, diba?
Yes,
I hope walang mangyari na ganyan. Yeah, pero I'm just saying na that experience is really very unique. Very unique. So Filipino nurses is really in demand globally. What do you think is the secret sauce or the advantage of Filipino nurses over other nursing nationality?
Actually, yung pagiging compassionate natin. Mainly because siguro we put high value in relationship. Kaya nga sa amin tinuturo yung compassion and competence. Hindi pwedeng competence lang, technical, magaling kang magbigay ng treatment, pero kung wala ka namang heart, hindi rin mabata. Kami, yun ang tinuturo talaga sa nurse. Kasi part na ata ng natin.
Parang
part na speaking Filipino natin. We love our family, we love our relationships with friends, barkada, lahat. So yun, na-ingrain sa atin. No? As a nurse, lumalabas yun. So when we take care of the patient, hindi lang tayo after dun sa yung technical know-how, skills, we also value them as a person. We put our heart to how we perform. Kasi siguro yung nakikita nila kakaiba sa mga Filipino nurses.
Yeah. Talking about reward, I understand that you want $250,000.
Yes.
Malaking amount yan. In fact, nagulat nga ako nung nakita ko yung amount na yan.
Yes.
For recognition. Napakalaki yan, no? That's big amount. Anong ginawa mo sa amount?
Actually, first and foremost, di ba, lagi kong in-ingrain yung grateful. So, ako agad ng gratefulness to God. So, nag-sponsor agad ako ng mass. Siyempre, unang-una yun. Then after that, siyempre, when I gained my achievements, it is with other people. Team kami. Hindi ko lang achievement to. So, syempre, kasama ko na rin sa winnings yung mga kasama ko sa office, yung mga tumulong sa achievements ko, kasi I was awarded because of my achievements, which is not solely attributed to me.
And you're a leader.
Yeah, and
diba?
I'm a leader.
You're a colonel, so you're a leader. You lead.
So, yung a portion of that, shinare ko sa mga kasamahan ko, which is part of my achievements. And pangalawa, yung advocacy ko. Actually, I have an advocacy, which is barangay Lifesaver program. We teach people how to do the preventable deaths, how to prevent preventable deaths. Kasi ngayon, first aid ang tinuturo
First aid ba yun?
Ang first aid kasi is minor injuries. Ngayon, ang barangay Lifesaver program focuses on those top 2 that causes preventable deaths in 5 minutes, like cardiac arrest, and stop the bleeding. Yun lang ang focus ko.
May na-aksidente, lalo na yung mga rider, dami na-aksidente.
Kasi sometimes, if ang artery ang natamaan doon, in 5 minutes, they could die. Marami kasi kaming pasyente na pagdating sa amin, too late a hero. Wala na kami magawa. Kahit anong gawin namin, too late na. Dapat yung first 5 minutes, na-address na yon. So, yun yung ng aking advocacy.
Magandang advocacy yan. I was a mayor before, no? 9 years ako nag-mayor. And sinasabi ko nga sa mga homeowners, mga communities namin, ang disaster preparedness is not only government.
Yes po.
Hindi ka pwedeng pag may baha, mayroong lindol, may sunog, gobyerno ang hahanapin mo. Dahil immediately, dapat marunong ka rin umakto.
Exactly po.
For example, merong nag-heart attack, marunong ka mag-CPR.
Yes,
So, empowering the community and the barangay is also one of my beliefs. If you can code a perfect leader, what are the 3 values that you can incorporate in that perfect leader?
Yes. As I mentioned before, I'm very consistent with my core values. Marami pwedeng core values na sabihin mo, pero pare-parehas pa rin sasabihin ko. It's always been competence, courage, and integrity. Kasi ando na yung lahat eh. If you're a leader, you must be the best in what you can do. Yung perform mo. Kung ano man ang task na binigay sa'yo, dapat perfectly ginagawa mo lahat yun. And of course, dahil competent ka, alam mo na kung ano yung right direction. So as a leader, you put them in the right direction. But you must also have courage kasi hindi naman lahat bibilib sa'yo.
Yeah.
Yung iba, may mga obstacles kasi masyado kang righteous kuno. So kailangan maging courageous ka to, sige, ito yung tama kasi ito yung napag-aralan ko kasi I'm very competent nga di ba? And also integrity. Of course, huwag kang mababali. Doon ka lang sa tamang daan. Kasi kung bibigay ka, mahirapan ka. Para kang nagfo-float lang kung saan-saan. So, if you want to really go, to be a leader talaga, kasi ikaw ang titingaliin as a leader, you are an influencer. So, you must be talagang on top of your game. So, yun yung
integrity is very talked about nowadays.
Yes.
Diba? The integrity is our constituents feel na it's missing.
Yes.
Especially with our leaders. Especially public servants like you and I.
Yes.
That we should maintain integrity at all times.
Yes.
If there's one advice you can give the young people that you have learned in your life, whether experience, mistakes, achievements, what will that be?
Actually, unang-una talaga, have faith. Okay, have faith. Kung saan ka man naniniwala, kung Muslim ka man, Christian ka man, have faith. Kasi ako, I don't believe in, sorry to everyone who believes in destiny. I don't believe in destiny kasi we are given free will Free will to, yung ano ba ng sang direction ka pupunta. So, sa free will, if you have trust, if you have faith, na alam mo na kung saan mong direction ang pupuntahan mo, basta alam mo na sa tama, you have faith that somebody up there will guide you. Pangalawa is gratefulness. Always talaga, tandaan nyo lahat ng blessings nyo, hindi lang lahat ng struggles. And yung struggles naman, when you are encounter it, do not treat it as struggles na karma, nakawawa naman ako. Treat it as parang fino-forge ka, hinuhulma ka, para hindi siya punishment. It's a preparation for you to do better. So kaya yun lang, yun yung positive outcome. Marami nagsasabi palaging positive. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng positive? Yun nga, maging grateful ka, maging faithful ka, at of course, yun nga, yung mindset mo is do not think of mga paghihirap as really punishment.
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
Yung sinabi mo to have faith or pananampalataya, I think that's the start.
Yes.
Kasi kung wala ka nun, hindi ka magiging grateful.
Exactly.
Diba? I think you'll be miserable.
Exactly.
Kung wala yun.
Yes po.
And babalik nga ako dun sa comments, diba? Ang daming miserable pag nagko-comment, which nakaka-drag down. So it's very, for me, it's very refreshing to hear, especially coming from someone who experienced the battlefield, that to be positive.
Yes.
I think that should be dapat ma-internalize ng mga young people yan, mga Gen Z. Especially now na marami ako nakakausap na Gen Z, marami ako nababasa na they really, yung stress mabigat, no? Para sa kanila. Sa atin lahat mabigat. Pero I think the Gen Zs handle stress very differently.
Yes,
no?
yes po.
So being a professional nurse, what advice can you tell them on how to handle stress?
Yes. How to handle, enjoy life, relax a bit. Okay? And also prepare. Kasi kaya naman kayo na-stress, di kayo nag-aral, hindi kayo nag-review, stressful talaga yan. So prepare also yourself. Kasi unahan mo na, kung alam mo may exam, kung kailangan mo merong parang pinapagawa sa'yo, do it, perform it skillfully. Kasi kung ikaw din ang nagbibigay ng problema sa sarili mo, so i-avoid mo. So prepare yourself. And at the same time, balik na naman tayo always tapos sa magiging grateful ka and yung mindset mo, look for ways to improve yourself, improve the system, kung kahit napakaliit na bagay lang, improve the environment, kwarto mo, ayusin mo. So anything na ganon. So yun lang yung magandang pwede mong gawin. And before you know it, nag-start ka sa maliit, yung para palaki ng palaki. Kasi nag-start ka ng right, so nakagawian mo na, naging habit mo na siya, lalaki ka ng right, di ba? So ganun. Kaya dun sa mga Gen Z, bago pa lang kayo, so at least ngayon pa lang, do everything right, but still enjoy yourself. Enjoy life.
Ako, sinasabi ko sa pamangkin ko na Gen Z, na you have to expect stress in your life. Walang buhay na walang stress.
Yes.
Gumising nga na umaga, stressful na pag inaantok ka. Diba? So, it's always there. It's how you, like you said, plan.
Yes.
Para pag dumating yung stress niyan, alam mo yung anong gagawin. I agree with you in terms of you have to plan your life.
Exactly.
And you have to
po.
plan for the worst.
Yes.
Pero pag dumating yun, handa ka na.
Yes.
Handa ka
oo.
na. But mental health is a big issue now with Gen Z. No?
Yes,
So,
talaga.
that's why may advocacy kami on mental health to
Yes.
communicate with the Gen Zs on how to handle stress. And part of it nga, yung mga advice na katulad mo na you have to plan, you have to expect stress. Kasi pag hindi mo na-expect yung stress, lalo ka magiging stressful.
Comfort-oriented ka, mahirapan ka talaga. No?
Yeah.
Yes. So,
Anong definition mo ng winning life?
it's not the recognition. Winning life is not the recognition. Ang winning in life talaga is when you feel at peace with yourself. Kasi yon long term. Ang recognition kasi saglit lang, papalakpakan ka, bigyan ka pera, nagastos mo na, ubus, ganun. But yung being at peace with yourself, and you can only achieve peace with yourself if you follow the right direction. You follow your core values. Pag tina-follow mo yun, parang wala kahit sinong lumaban sa'yo, kung sinong bashers mo, kahit sino, sinusunod ko yung tama.
May basher ka ba?
Yeah.
Lahat yata tayo may basher, di ba? If you're in the leadership role, expect mo na rin yung bashers.
Kasi when you disturb the system, kasi I love to disturb the system. Kasi if you look for, yes, if you disturb the system, they feel, disturbing the system, ito na nga nakagawian. Pero of course, you disturb the system to make it better. So maraming, siyempre, maghaharang na gusto nga namin ganito, sanay na kami, ginugulo mo pa. But then, yun nga, ang sinasabi ko lang is, yun nga, may fina-follow ka, may core values ka, which is yung Bible o Quran. As long as you follow that, hindi ka madidisturbo sa kanila. May inis ka lang saglit, pero after a while, it's gone.
But how do you find peace? How do you become at peace? How do you, diba, that's the winning formula, but how do you find it?
Ang daming nangyayari sa mundo, pero ano ba yung positive? Ano ba yung maganda?
Be grateful and positive.
Saglit lang naman tong ulan, yung sunshine, humihinga ka ng masarap, meron kang kama, at may premyo ka, 250,000. So everything else, may bashers kami, meron ka namang meron ka namang enemies, meron ka namang friends, meron kang sa'yo. So, I think, lagi mong may negative, lagi mo isipin yung positive. Kasi you will be amazed. Mas marami palang positive.
Mas maraming positive.
Minsan kasi nare-realize mo lang yun kung kailan masakit ka na, kung kailan hindi ka na matanda ka na sobra, hindi ka na makagalaw, hindi mo na-appreciate na there was a time na ang lakas-lakas mo, bilis-bilis tumakbo, nag-pass na lang sa'yo yun, hindi mo na-appreciate.
So, importante rin yan, no? To appreciate the good things in life. Hindi naman kailangan may magagara kang gamit or magagara kang mga marami kang pera. It's just the little good things in life.
Yes, always ganun. Pag naging kagawian mo na yon, ang ganda na ng buhay mo. Kahit ano pang dumaan sa'yo. Minsan talaga, bibigay ka, pero saglit lang, 5 minutes lang. After a while, bangon ka ulit.
Well, Mimi, congratulations again to your award. You're an inspiration to all of our nurses, especially our military health personnel. You're an inspiration to them. I hope in the mga next few years, puro Pinoy rin naman nanalo because globally renowned ang Filipino nurses. And hindi malayo na magkaroon pa tayo other awardees. And thank you for coming over. I really appreciate your time and your wisdom in sharing with us the trials of life and also appreciating the little good things in life. Maraming salamat for your time.
Maraming salamat din po.
Thank you. Mimi Juan, prove na ang tunay na panalo sa buhay is when your passion serves a bigger purpose. If she can inspire the world, imagine what you can do in your own lane. Kaya go! Take the first step. Your code win starts now. Ako po si Win Gatchalian at sa bawat pagsubok sa buhay, lagi niyo pong tandaan, manalig ka, laban lang, for the win.